Hey students, and welcome to the Magenta House Blitz. My name is Matthew Manos and I am with the folks over at Pando Populous. I'm so excited to welcome you to this challenge that you'll be taking on this semester with your amazing teachers. To kick this off, we're going to have you just jump right into a brainstorm in order to get started and make as much impact as possible. If you ever need anything throughout this process, know that we are here to support. Ask your teachers for help, ask your friends for help, and you'll make something absolutely amazing. Thank you everybody for participating in this, and let's make this the biggest, most innovative Magenta House Blitz ever. Now, the purpose here is to really get you thinking outside of the box in big and bold ways about the future of water and power, and how we can better access water and power in our homes. I want to give you a quick example of what you might not want to do with this challenge, which is think inside the box. Now, when we're thinking about design and innovation, you'll often hear people say that it's really good to think outside of the box. But one thing that I always like to say is it's good to know what the box even is. And so to do that, you'll want to reflect on the water and power issues that you've come across in your home, in your community, at your school, at an extracurricular activity site, and more, in order to really do something amazing right now. You might be wondering, how do you think outside the box? Well, unfortunately, it's not as easy necessarily as taking the box off of your head and kind of fixing your hair to make sure you didn't just mess it up. Really, there are a lot of ways that you could go about this. One of my favorite ways to do this is first to think of a really bad idea. Now, why would we do that? Well, sometimes when we're tasked with coming up with a solution to a really big challenge, it can be very scary or intimidating. And water and power is a really big challenge. We really have that pressure to get things right. But the nice thing, or the not nice thing, depending on how you think about this, no one really quite has gotten it right. So there is no right answer to this challenge. Imagine the most ridiculous idea that you can and see what kind of value you can extract from that to really motivate yourself and your team to create something amazing. Remember, the goal here is creating a project for water and power conservation. So when thinking of your bad, or let's call them ridiculous ideas, definitely keep that in mind. So, are you ready to get started? You will have 8 to 10 minutes to come up with the worst, most wrong-headed, flat-out crazy idea that you can possibly think of relating to water and power sustainability. Ready to rise to the challenge? All right, let's go. Oh, you're still here? Oh my gosh, it's great to see you. How did that ideation exercise go? I hope that we had some fun thinking of bad ideas. I guess we should probably get focused again and maybe come up with some good ones. You know, here at Magenta House, we're all about water and conservation and efficiency. We really want to make Los Angeles a standout city of sustainable choices and impact. But before we jump into brainstorming actual project ideas, because that was just to get you started, I want us to take 5 minutes to reflect about the water and power conservation and efficiency ideas spinning off of all the bad ones that you just put on the table. So let's give you 5 minutes, talk among yourselves and in your groups. How can you learn from what you just came up with and actually have that serve as a seed for a potentially good idea? Explain yourselves. What makes these ideas, the awful ones you came up with, bad? And how might you go about doing the exact opposite of that bad idea? Get all of your thoughts out in the open. Scribes, please write everything down. All right, 5 minutes, everybody. Go for it. All right, everybody, now that your minds have been stretched by all things bad and good, I guess we should probably start thinking about an actual Magenta House project that you might like to make. And the one for water conservation and power efficiency that you'll research and develop over the coming weeks. What should this project be? What is your experience with conserving water and power, and how will this actually happen? For who? A blitz to brainstorm like this is a great way to get down as many initial thoughts and ideas for what your project could be as possible. We really don't want you to worry about getting it right because, again, there has yet to be a right answer to this. You need to trust the process, trust yourself, treat every idea like it is gold at first. In other words, don't be quick to say no. Some of the best ideas seem very wrong at first glance. So, to get started, I want you to go on a 1-minute scavenger hunt in your room. Each member in your group needs to bring back to your group's table 1 to 2 interesting items or things of some sort for a total of 5 to 10 items, whatever catches your eye. This might be a red sneaker, some yellow chalk, a love note crumpled on the floor, an orange peel from the trash. It could be anything, all right? But you have to find these 1 or 2 things within exactly 60 seconds. Are you ready? Go for it. Okay, so at this point, you should have a table or desk full of odd and crazy items in front of you. And here's exactly what I want you to do. I'm going to explain this, and then you're just going to do it while I sit here and watch, all right? When I did this exercise, when I looked around my room, because you could probably see I like stuff, I like things. 2 things that I picked up happen to be kind of related. One is an old video game. This is an old copy of Tetris for the Nintendo, and the other is a oversized 6-sided die. All right. Now, let's say I was on your team, and I'm bringing you these objects that caught my interest. What I would probably do is ask the question, what might we be able to learn from what these 2 objects are that I just gravitated towards naturally and use to apply to ultimately building more efficient water and power within our communities as well? If I looked at something like this, I might say, well, what kind of game could be created? Could we make a video game? Could we build an arcade that teaches people about conservation and efficiency? Could we make a dice rolling game, right, that teaches people in their homes how to make a big impact? This is the kind of work that I want you to do, and you'll do this for 10 minutes, all right? You will share with your team the objects that you gravitated towards. You'll share those, and you'll use those as jumping off points to brainstorm at least 5 to 10 different ideas for projects that you could do inspired by that object itself. See where this goes. Things might meander, things might wander into different directions. Let that happen. All right, everybody, you are back from your object brainstorm. I can't wait to see what you did. I'm guessing that it went really, really well. And before I end, I just want to leave you with a couple of ideas. So first, after finishing this video and these exercises, take time to share out with your classmates. Report back group by group. Let them know the project ideas that you came up with, and see that really wide range of inspiring ideas that come up in the classroom itself. Then we'll have you actually start the process of thinking about the one project that you'll actually want to do. And I want you to remember that your class can only do one, so you need to talk about which one it will be together. And as a result, there are going to be a lot of ideas that are shared in this room. No one single idea is perfect. There are likely elements of many of these ideas that can inspire and inform the project that you ultimately take on. Second, remember that ideas are great, but ultimately the best ideas in the world cannot be implemented if people are not brought along and are not as excited about it as you are. So you really need to think about involving the communities in the process itself. And so as you move forward in this semester, I want to advocate for you to listen to your teachers, work with your friends in your classroom, meet some new people to work with as well, and really think critically about the future of water and power and what you might be able to do with it. It's your project. It's also your future. Make of it what you will. And we will see you at the Magenta House Expo, where you'll get the chance to show us what you've come up with. I just hope that nobody shows up looking quite like this. Thank you, everyone, and good luck helping us turn Los Angeles magenta.